Hi John. So this is what we've done so far since CA1 is first thing that we did was I made the command structure, but it was kind of Brian's idea in the first place, and then I started off with two vectors, like a vector of vectors, but then once we went to actually use it, we realized that we needed a vector of lists. So
removing from the center of a vector was pretty difficult, so
it
made more sense to use a list.
Causing a lot of problems. So
you can see, like at the top there, it says, it's Michael's code, but I don't think it really makes sense in a lot of places to claim ownership, because basically everything was pair programmed.
Yeah.
So this, like, Michael started with this code, but once we kind of had the basic structure set up, it was both of us working on it then all the time, either in college together or over Google Hangouts.
Yeah.
And like the initial structure is basically completely changed by this stage anyway.
Like we were both working on it together, and it's the same with basically everything that we've got done. So command structure is just a vector of lists, and each list has the strings. So this is the shortcut storage structure, I suppose. So it stores the commands in the first element of the list, and then all the shortcuts after that. And that's how it basically it finds based on the first. So we have this glean. So if they type like a shortcut for moves, say they type M, it'll go into the glean and it'll find M and it'll return move as the actual command. So you just have to parse the actual word rather than all the different kinds of shortcuts. And then we went to making the shortcut handler, which is where like the player goes into the shortcut handler when they want to edit their shortcuts. So
you can actually see there at the top, one thing is that you can just type return at any point, so you'll break out of it and go back to the game, which was already there and we just completely forgot in the demonstration.
Yeah, I thought it was exit and we didn't remember the word return, so we actually had that working. So yeah, you come into it and you've got your list of commands and the shortcuts beside it, and then you either type a new shortcut, or you type a command that you want to add to, or you type a shortcut that already exists to override or remove. And it only breaks whenever if you go to remove and then
remove, replace, and then add.
Yeah,
it's because the coordinates. So the second coordinates get stored, and you can replace successfully, but the first coordinates are still at 0, 0.
Yeah.
So next time you go in, you're still at 0, 0. We just need to set up something more.
Yeah,
we'll get it eventually.
That's the way we do the override is whatever shortcut they type, you find the coordinates of it in the vector of lists of strings. So like the coordinates is just a pair of ints, and the first number is going to be which list it is, and the second number is where in the list it's going to be. So that's basically the whole idea of the coordinates. So yeah, the shortcut handler is working off the command structure, which is stored in the player.
The idea being that each player has their own
set of shortcuts for the commands. I suppose
like prints and stuff there at the end. No complexity to them, so like there's not really much point looking at them.
Yeah, it's just prints, and then it's just going from state to state whenever you're. Yeah, so that's pretty much that.
Well, which one? It's based off the training handler, isn't it? Like that's basically where
we basically copied it and worked around it. It's the same sort of structure as the training handler. And then it's the same sort of idea with the character handler. We wrote it together as well. So the character handler is for when you log in for the first time and you're picking your race and class. You want you're obviously going to have different options. And yeah, it just goes through in an order pretty much. Like you pick your race, then you pick your class, and then
it checks for each one as well that you're
checks.
happy with that decision.
Yeah.
So like theoretically you can check every class and check their descriptions and what they're good at and what they're bad at before you pick.
Yeah. And yeah, so that just goes through kind of in an order more than the command structure does. Yeah, so each class has their own like set of points or whatever, so if you pick a certain class it'll give a certain set of points to the character. Is that in the...
It's just down the bottom there, it's called, you can just F12 to it. So just a little more, here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so whenever you've selected your 2 things, it'll actually distribute the points, so it'll check what race and class you have and it'll give you specific points based on that.
Yeah, what we wanted was, like later on in the game, we kind of want to have small teams being dependent on each other. So like one of the abilities is where you can drop your health down really low but do massive extra damage, but that's not going to work if you don't have like a tank in the room to absorb damage for you.
Yeah.
So we kind of want to promote that cooperative play, and the way we're doing that is with like really specific roles.
Yeah.
So that's what this is all about. So like we have dwarves that are really strong and have high health, and then we have warriors that have like similar to that. Yeah, so you make a dwarf warrior, you've got a really tanky kind of character. But then if you make a hobbit, which is really high luck and charisma, and a hobbit thief, you've really high luck, so you've massive critical damage.
Yeah.
Because you're getting lucky strikes.
Yeah, I suppose just run it just to see all the different things working.
Do this in reverse order, show the characters first.
Yeah, go to talent. So,
Right, so we have our ASCII title here, and then just after you enter the round, you get a bit of a background into where you are, what you got here. Then you pick, the first one is pick the race. So if I type something wrong here, it says it's not valid, and it'll just keep looping like that until I type something correct. Which one will we go for first?
Yeah, it's just
Hobbit.
Yeah.
Just to show off the critical strikes then.
Is it really? Oh yeah, I suppose you actually got that.
Happy with this selection.
Yeah. Yeah, so then after you've picked your racing class, you do have a certain number of points available to distribute as you please as well, so you don't have to completely adhere to a role. And the human class is designed to be kind of, or the human race rather, is meant to be sort of across the board even, so you can make a more general character, but you're probably going to get along better if you sort of, everybody takes their own role and tries to
with
to work
everybody
together.
working together, you've got huge advantages in all areas.
Yeah.
Rather than just kind of being good at everything.
Decent, rather. Yeah, so just go north a few times.
So just mash A and go back through it then.
Yeah, hopefully. Oh, it's dead. Yeah, well, there is you've basically, the higher your luck, the higher a critical chance you have, and then your critical multiplier is based on, is it luck as well, or is it?
At the moment, the multiplier is just,
it's
just a multiplier, it's just 60% extra damage.
Yeah, it'll be changed, and it's going
yeah,
to be
we
based on,
will have it like scaling based on either your
weaponry and
strength
luck
or
and stuff.
So yeah, you can see it here. Like
Yeah, critical strike. Nice.
So just had a standard attack that done. Actually, I got a critical strike the first time.
Yeah.
Killed him. But
It's because you're really lucky.
so it would have been like
Probably a lot less damage,
Yeah.
basically. But
so yeah, I got
Still
the
in-
critical strike and just killed him straight away.
Still to be
Another
balanced,
class
really.
with less luck probably wouldn't have gotten that.
There's plenty of time to kind of tweak the numbers. It's still just kind of a
Yeah.
demonstration stage, so I'm going to show up the shortcuts, I suppose. Just got
Safety.
a chance to.
So here's shortcuts, which you have already seen before.
Yeah.
So basically what we can do is add, or remove, or replace. So we'll do adds first, and then remove them.
Just type move
So-
or something.
to add something, you just type in the
command,
command itself, and then add on to the end of it.
Yeah.
Cool. I can just add a shortcut here.
Guess then
See it.
kind of back out or not. What happened? It's all going on the move for some reason.
Okay, something has gone wrong since we were in class. But maybe I was wrong saying that replace and then add, but it might just be add at the moment. Let's just have a look and see, is the remove working? So
yes or something.
that's one.
Yeah, so it's gone.
So that worked fine, and so we'll type in SH and replace it with
yes. Yeah.
So we moved the shortcut from edit stats down onto edit shortcuts there, basically.
If replace is working, then the add is working. It's just
the add function works.
I think it's just adding everything to the first one, so we need to fix that.
Yeah,
pretty
it's
much.
just the coordinates are in the wrong place again.
Yeah, I don't think they're
They must have changed since the last time. We'll get that sorted in time anyway. It's pretty grand.
It's mostly working.
So we can get out of this, return, and just send us back to the game.
Yeah. So basically you need to fix the shortcut handler slightly, just whatever it is that's going wrong with the coordinates there, and then from there just work more at getting in the content, because you see some of the descriptions have changed for the rooms, but it's only a few of them, and we need to like make our own enemies and items and stuff like that to make it more our game rather than just simple mud.
The next things we'll be doing, we'll obviously fixing the shortcut handler, and then we'll be setting up the map so it's in the right way, and then we want to add in the puzzles and a few extra features, but mainly we're just kind of adding more game content. Is where we're going from here.
Yeah.
I think I just want to say again that like it doesn't really make sense to claim ownership of a lot of the code.
Yeah,
because it was like genuinely 50-50
like
the whole way.
We went home every evening and 8 o'clock we're both on Hangouts. Brian's on the code and I'm watching him and pointing stuff out and telling him what to type and stuff. Like it's pretty. Like I wouldn't try to argue that I did more than him, and I don't think he'd say the same either. It's pretty team efforty. That's the best way to put it.
Hopefully we've got everything, John, and if we've missed anything, please send us an email and we can do something again.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.